a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got Sam Mckeown in the house, Alex Lima as well, Black Belt Fitness, and we've got a lot of ground to cover today. Some really awesome stories. Top 5 foreign buyer countries. Where are the buyers coming from? We're going to talk about the top 5 areas they're purchasing as well as volume, and also this really cool story from a gentleman named Oliver Anthony. He's a regular guy like you and I. You know, he's a farm worker and factory worker in Richmond, Virginia, or up in Virginia. And wow, what he released a song. It went #1 on iTunes and all over the internet, blowing up the internet right now. And it's a country ballad, and it kind of reflects about the how the dollar's shrinking and a lot of these different ideas of the workers, the blue-collar workers. So we're going to talk about that story as well coming up here. And top 5 tips for overcoming adversity with Sam Mckeown. He's a business coach, executive coach here in Tampa Bay, Alive and at Peace Coaching, Sam Mckeown. And, of course, self-defense and other stories with Alex Lima, Black Belt Fitness. I got a clip from Lou Dobbs on the 2020 election. Very interesting what he talks about here. And I want to give a shout out to a new show partner and a friend of mine. His name is Bobby. He's owner of Salty Arrow Charters. Now, if you've gone out fishing, that's fun. That's, it's fun to go out fishing, either inshore or offshore. But Salty Arrow Charters, what you're doing is you're bow fishing. You're on his boat. You're going out at night, so it's not so hot during the day. After 8 o'clock, 8 to 12 midnight is what we did. And we went around in some of the shallower waters, and we were shooting sheephead and some other fish that you're allowed to shoot. Certain types of fish you can and cannot shoot. But yeah, it's a really fun time. Awesome. Highly recommend him. Check him out on Instagram, Salty Arrow Charters, and let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take him up on some offers there that he has. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and he's got the lights on so you can see underwater, and you're literally bow fishing off the boat. So cool. A lot of fun, and then you just kind of reel it in. You reel it in there, so it's a lot of fun. Salty Arrow Charters on Instagram. Let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. Now, we always like to feature our listings as part of our program. Our program is powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, featuring our listings live on air. It's one of our USPs. It's our unique selling proposition. It's how we help our sellers sell faster for more money, maximum exposure, highest list price to sell price ratio in all of Tampa Bay. We got a hot listing here at 11722 County Road 672 in Riverview. This is a great opportunity. Now, you got a commercial and a residential opportunity, and you might say, Brandon, well, how can it be both? Well, check it out. It's 20-acre farm. So you've got a farm here. So depending on if you want to work that farm, citrus trees, palm trees, beautiful opportunity, single-family home, and a warehouse. You got an expansive 40-foot by 100-foot warehouse on the property. County Road 672 in Riverview, one of our hot real estate listings in Tampa Bay. Now, we also have a motivated seller here at 605 Monterey Avenue, 605 Monterey Avenue, Clearwater, Florida. This is one of the best price homes in that zip code. We do a lot of research to help you find the best deals, and our buyer agent team can help you with that. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2163 square feet, gorgeous floor plan, beautiful home. You got a pool, your own private pool, screened in. And you are at the end of kind of almost like a cul-de-sac. Hot water heaters, new roof, new AC, beautiful property here, no flood zone, 605 Monterey Avenue, Clearwater, Florida. And you can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Just check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
And yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, we got Sam Mckeown in the house. Good to see you, man.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Thanks for coming back in.
Yeah, it's actually below 90 today.
Oh, man. I love it. These, those nice afternoons when we get that nice rain. We get the rain, then it's cool, and you got a little breeze. The humidity goes away for a little while. Yeah, that's what South Florida's all about.
Yeah, it is. And rain started a little early today, so that's why it's cooled off. So,
exactly.
But yeah, it's nice. It's nice out there.
Yeah, beautiful, man. So we're going to talk about the top 5 tips for overcoming adversity, and that's what you do in your coaching practice, helping people overcome adversity and come up with that. That term I used in the beginning when I asked people out in the business world, real estate world, that USP. Some people don't get it. I'm like, I have to explain. It's your unique selling proposition.
Right.
But every business should have one.
Exactly. Oh, you're exactly right there. And most business people, they don't anticipate any type of adversity. Oh, my plan works. It doesn't matter if it's a restaurant, doesn't matter if it's a car deal or whatever. We have a plan. The plan's going to work, and they get started and something comes up. They can't find employees. Number one issue right now is finding employees, right?
Yeah. And
so if you go into a business owner right now and you ask him, well, how's the job market? Oh man, it's so bad. So they have this mindset. So that's the number one thing they have to do is change that mindset about hiring employees. If you think you can't hire good employees, you're not going to hire good employees.
Exactly.
So you have to change that mindset and how you view that particular adverse reaction to your business. We like to quote John Wooden, right? And he's got a quote here. It said, "Adversity is the state in which man most easily becomes acquainted with himself."
Ooh, I like that.
So you get into a negative mindset, you figure it out. You got to figure it out. A lot of business people don't have a contingency plan, so they have a plan, but they don't prepare for any upset. They don't. In Florida, you better prepare for a potential hurricane, right?
Right.
Or a tropical storm or whatever. You better have your backups, and it's amazing how many businesses don't have any type of backup plan, especially when it comes to the weather. You know?
Technology. That's another area. Like, hey, what's your backup plan tech-wise? What if you get hacked? What if you got to think about those what ifs, right?
What ifs? Yeah, you got to think about those and plan for. It's funny. We all remember Y2K, right?
Oh yeah.
So we had a very wise chief financial officer, but this is the memo. I'm paraphrasing the memo she sent out for us to prepare for Y2K. Have battery-powered calculators, pencils, papers, something else to take orders and to be able to prepare food.
Yeah.
Not even thinking that if the electricity goes and gas goes, we're not preparing food. It was really kind of funny. We really gave her a hard time over that.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing is they don't adapt.
Right.
Point number 3 would be they just don't adapt.
Yeah.
You have to look at the market when it comes to your business and how's it changing.
Exactly.
I heard the other day that it's the real estate business is projected to lose 500,000 agents this year.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great point because when markets shift, there was a book called Who Moved My Cheese or Where Did My Cheese Go?
Right.
Something.
Yeah.
But that's true. It's right on point with what we're talking about with Sam Mckeown here, folks, the top 5 tips for overcoming adversity. And so where did the cheese go? Who moved my cheese? Where is the market going? What's happening inside the market? And a lot of those agents that hopped on when things got hot, everything's cyclical, ups and downs, right? Yep. So those agents that hopped on when things were super hot, what they're going to be doing is going back to being, hairstylist, personal trainer, whatever it is. And again, no knock against that. That's great professions. But it's a great point you bring up, though. You got to prepare. And again, it reminds you of the 80-20 rule, too.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
20% of those people doing 80% of the volume.
Yeah, exactly. And, you look at the real estate business. And I'm not sure exactly how it was. Take like 65 hours or something like that to get your license down here, or somewhere thereabouts. And so you put the time in, you go to classes, you learn from a professional, and you teach classes, right?
I teach a class called Win with Sellers, kind of similar, yeah.
And so you put all that effort in, and you're hit with a little bit of adversity.
Yeah.
We went through a really great boom time where people were coming down with bags of cash.
Yes.
Well, that's not the case now. So you didn't. Number one, the fourth point would be to strengthen your relationships and build a network.
Yes.
And if you don't do that in the great times, how are you going to do it when it's tough? How are you going to stand up in your industry? It doesn't matter what the industry is. If you don't have the relationships and the networking built in already, when it turns down, you're down. You're out of work.
Great point, Sam. One of the biggest mistakes I made early on in my career was I moved on to the next deal, chasing the next deal, rather than getting my arms around my database, keeping in contact with those clients that I've already bought and sold with 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. At this point in my career, 15 years ago. That's a key. And that also is a big point, too, going back to another point we talked about with technology, right? So technology, the big Z word, all these companies coming in, taking our clients away from us. If we handle our database properly and we've got 2,000 previous clients, 3,000 previous clients, and we take care of them and we give that relationship, they're not going to be able to poach those clients from us.
Right. Yeah, the relationship part of it is so key. So we moved from Wyoming to Florida, right? My real estate agent that sold us our house up there still stays in touch. She knows we're in Florida, the chances of us buying from her are probably none, right? But she also works for a company that works off of referrals.
Exactly.
So what am I going to do? I'm going to call her up and say, who would you refer down here?
Exactly.
That would be the first thing. Second thing, I'd probably call you. But, but there again, okay, so that goes back to the relationship.
Yep.
She worked with us a little over a year. We looked at probably 250 houses.
Wow.
So we had specific things that we had to, but we built that relationship with her.
Yeah.
And people tried to poach. We'd go to open houses and we'd call her and say, hey, we're going to, these are the open houses we're going to. Don't worry about it, Yep. And after we went to a few, she realized, nobody's going to be able to poach. I worked in sales for a lot of years. You're not going to take me away from my person, right?
Right.
So
that's right.
And to go to the point of people leaving, it's called the wooden effect.
Yeah.
Don't whine. Don't complain. Don't make excuses. So if you're not making it in whether it's real estate, whether it's car sales, why?
Yeah.
What are you doing wrong? What do you have to change in your approach?
Yeah.
Are you building that relationship, or, and this is the biggest thing that doesn't matter in sales, they see you come on the car lot, bucks right there. They start thinking about money instead of how can I build this relationship? Because it's not about the car sale today.
Yeah.
It's about the car sales in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I have a guy who I work with on sales training, and he's bought, I think, 8 cars over the last 16 years from the same guy.
Yeah. Yep.
So
and he's probably referred another 3 or 4.
Oh yeah,
members.
easy. And he's got to a point where he just says, "Well, give me the best price."
There you go.
And that's one of those.
And the service is there too.
Yeah, the service is there too.
That's inherent.
Yeah,
that's inherent in the conversation because he's already going back.
Right.
So the service was there, or he wouldn't have gone back in the first place.
Right.
We're talking with Sam McKeown here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, Alive and at Peace Coaching, talking about the top 5 tips for overcoming adversity. By the way, for some of the folks that may not know who John Wooden was, who was John Wooden?
John Wooden was probably, and still is, probably the most successful basketball coach at University of California, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I was living on the East Coast, and he's beaten up on every team.
Yeah.
11. He won, I think, 12 national championships, 11 in a row.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and he wasn't beaten up on nobodies. He was beaten up on the best, And he was a phenomenal person. One of the best contrast pictures I've seen is with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor and John Wooden. I mean, because Jabbar was 7-something, right?
Yeah.
And I think Wooden was 5'5" or something, 5'6", something like that.
Yeah.
But he took a personal interest in each one of his players.
Right.
He built a relationship. We just talked about relationships. He built the relationships. He knew by the time that kid went on the court to play a ball game, he knew the kid's strengths and weaknesses, where he could shoot the best from, where he could break through a defense, how he could defend the best.
Yeah.
And so he built plays around each one of his players.
Yeah.
There's just phenomenal basketball mind.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and coaching and taking an interest as a person before the basketball player. Yeah, those are the stories you hear about John Wooden. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Come back more with Sam McKeown, business coach, executive coach here in Tampa Bay, Alive and at Peace Coaching. And also, I'm going to play you a clip from this song that skyrocketed to #1 on the iTunes chart, Rich Men North of Richmond, Oliver Anthony. I'm going to play you a clip and also a little background on that story. And then Sam and I are going to discuss kind of the blue-collar roots of this gentleman, why he's feeling the way that he's feeling, where these lyrics come from, where this melody and sound come from a true farmer. He's a farmer. He's not a recording artist. This guy's a farmer and a factory worker in Virginia, and it really struck a chord with the American listening audience, viewing audience online as well. We'll be right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, Rich Men North of Richmond. Really cool song. We're going to cover this story here in just a moment with Sam McKeown. Before we do, we got a hot listing on the beach in Clearwater, 861 Mandalay Avenue. This is on the north side of the beach. $1 million listing from our team, the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams. Beautiful property, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You got sleek quartz countertops, open floor plan, beautiful kitchen, stainless steel appliances, and you got a beautiful backyard set up as well with a pergola, a little kind kind of an outdoor kitchen area. Beautiful property right here. And the best part, you're 200 steps from the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of Clearwater Beach. That's the Gulf of Mexico there as well. Now, also have another property in Pasco. It's 9731 San Vincent Way, 9731 San Vincent Way in Pasco. Owner motivated. We just did a couple of price drops on this property. Whole house remodel, pretty much a brand new home, down to the studs, new roof, new AC, air ducts, electrical components, all new hot water heater, appliances. 9731 San Vincent Way, Port Richey, whole house remodel just over a year ago. Check it out online. You can see all of our listings on the Platinum Coastal Elite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, we got Sam Mckeown in the house. Sam, this is a really cool story, man. I want to share this with you in our audience because it just really strikes a chord with where we're at in our country with all of this. You see the economy, and as much as Biden goes on TV talking about Bidenomics, I'm calling it Bidenflation. But you have this unbelievable story coming out and that's the beauty of America too. You can still go number one with a music video. The guy was not even a recording artist. He's working as a farmer. So here's the story, and then I'll play a clip of the song.
A country ballad from a previously unknown Virginia man has hiked its way all the way to the top of the music charts. The song Rich Men North of Richmond has racked up tens of millions of views across multiple social media platforms in just a few days.
Daily Wire culture reporter Megan Basham is here now to tell us a little more about Oliver Anthony and his Blue Collar Anthem. So, Megan, the artist at the top of the iTunes charts today is just a regular guy. Who is he and how did that happen?
So Oliver Anthony was a total unknown before this. He's a farmer and a factory worker from the small town of Farmville, Virginia, and he lives there with his 3 dogs on 90 acres. So kind of fits with the music he sings. He started writing songs 2 years ago during a difficult period where he said he, and I'm quoting here, wasted a lot of nights getting high and getting drunk. Well, a small YouTube channel, Radio WV, that is run by 2 college students and focuses on Appalachian music, asked him to record the song so they could post it. Well, then a guy named Chase Steely, a Twitter user whose account highlights Southern culture and history, well, he posted it to Twitter, or I guess as we're calling it now, X, with a single word, banger. And apparently the rest of the world agreed. It went insanely viral with country star John Rich and Joe Rogan, a number of others, sharing it on their social media account.
Yeah, what an awesome story, man. And, just to have this blue-collar message get out and go viral, I think that speaks volumes. Here's a clip of the song, too, just to give you a little feel for Oliver Anthony's song.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours, for this will pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Yeah, it really is a damn shame what the world's come to. Your reaction?
Oh, I have to agree with that. You look around. We have a food pantry at the church. 99 families in a fairly well-to-do community came through the food pantry last night.
Wow.
And so I see it all the time. I had a young lady call me the other day. She's maxed out her credit cards.
Yep.
And she's not buying big items.
Yeah.
She doesn't make enough money to buy the groceries.
Exactly.
And so she's maxed out her cards. Her rent's due. There's virtually no help, and I could explain why, but then somebody would probably call me a racist, but I don't want to do that.
Sure.
But the fact of the matter is that these people, we mentioned it when we were talking earlier, how much credit card debt there is in this country right now.
First time over $1 trillion.
Yeah.
I've got a clip on that I can play too. But yeah, private debt, first time over $1 trillion. So.
At 27, 28, 29% interest.
Yeah.
And so it is a shame. It's a shame. People working 2 and 3 jobs just to put groceries on the table. We juice in the morning. It used to cost me $25, $30 a week to buy the celery and cucumbers and stuff that we use to juice. Okay.
My wife does that,
now it's over 60.
Yeah. Yep.
And if you listen to the our president and our vice president, and well, you can't listen to the vice president. All she does is cackle. But if you listen to them,
Yeah.
everything's going great.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
They
and
lie straight to your face.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's over and over. It's constant. It's what they do. Another stat, the American credit card debt, over $1 trillion now, first time in history, but that's also more than 17 of countries in the world.
Yes.
GDP.
Yeah,
GDP.
their GDP,
More
yeah.
than 17. So, yeah, why are people charging their cards? Oh, if the economy's so great, why are they, charging cards? Why are they working double shifts? Why are people driving Uber and Lyft and all these other, as a second job, part-time job, right? So why are so many people having side hustles? Why are so many people filing for bankruptcy? I mean, there's so many challenges with the country right now. And, we're sending all these dollars to Iraq, to Ukraine. And that was the Bushes.
Yeah.
That's the Uniparty. The Uniparty's at it again, right? We had 4 years of no wars with Trump, and a great economy, the lowest unemployment for black, brown, blue collar workers, on and on and on. The list goes on. It moved the capital back to Jerusalem. That was a huge deal too.
It was huge. Yeah, it
Very
was
big.
Yeah, and that was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
Scripture tells us don't spit on God's people.
Right.
and I think that was a very wise move. And we have to get back to some sanity in this country. And you and I both know this next election cycle is going to be nuts.
It is. And if we don't get it
nuts.
this time, that's it. So I want to save the last minute here. Sam, tell us how people can engage with you. How can they work with you? And how do you want people to connect?
The best way to get a hold of me is cell phone, 813-379-9008, or through our website, samandritaalive.com. And yeah, reach out to us. We'll help you. I do want to, I was thinking about this on the way down. So if they call, they reach out and they mention the consumer quarterback, I'll give an extra strategy session. I always do a free strategy session, but if they mention the consumer quarterback, they'll get an extra half-hour strategy session.
Nice. I love that. Thanks for doing that. And then I'll give the hotline too, just in case you want to reach out. 727-263-3707. Just call or text 727-263-3707. And you can spend some time with Sam Mckeown, top executive coach here in Tampa Bay, longtime friend of the program, and just a great coach and a great American. So thanks for coming in, Sam. Appreciate that.
Thanks for
Always
having me.
good catching up with you. I love the John Wooden quotes, man. Those are awesome. And coming up, we're going to talk with Alex Lima, our friend Alex Black Belt Lima, coming up here, talk about self-defense. Also, I got a clip from Lou Dobbs I want to play, and we're going to jump into this top 5 foreign buyers, countries, where they're coming from, the amount of volume they're spending, and also the areas that they're purchasing in the Sunshine State. We'll be right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
Together.